Get your films on with the Blurs.
Once an idea has taken hold of the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate.
Unpacking movies has never been more spot on, woke, fire, and just plain lit.
They are lit all the time.
So if you're unsure whether or not to plop down some cash for a film, check out the Blurs.
When a man with a 45 meets a man with a rifle, the man with a pistol is a dead man.
Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolyte.
You really only need to hang mean bastards. But mean bastards, you need to hang.
Don't say you weren't warned. Here's Brandon and Jeff.
Hello and welcome to episode 197 of the Film Blurs. I'm Jeff Stewart, a.k.a. Uncle Jeffrey.
Before we get
I'm joined here, as always, with my friend and co-host.
Got some real terrible news. Fucking Paramount outbid Netflix for Warner Brothers. And the reason why Netflix stepped away and didn't up their bid is because Ted Sarandos that day went to the White House to meet with Trump. And during that meeting, Trump straight up told him, don't overbid on this. He's like, I'm warning you, don't overbid on this.
Oh, so it was, how the fuck is that legal? That's not legal. Like the president can't interfere.
Here's my thing. Why are you going to financially advise people company. You don't like, but then people who are for you and are doing this to appease you, you're not advising them financially correct because Paramount's already in debt, and they're going to take on this whole merger is going to take on Warner Brothers debt. So they have a combined debt of, they said, like 70 to 80 million, right. 80 billion. And I'm just like, yo, there's no way you guys can crawl out of that hole. There's just no way. And especially with Ellison saying 15 movies a year from Warner Brothers and 15 movies a year from Paramount, so 30 movies a year. I'm like, what fucking studio puts out 30 movies a year? That is unsustainable.
Right. Like 30 movies a year and you expect them all to make money? Right? Like that's... The numbers don't add up. And now, according to that Reddit article you sent me, right, there is a chance that Paramount...
Well, I mean, we'll see. Like, again, this is funded by Saudi money. Also doesn't help that the AI bubble's about to burst, which is not good news for Ellison because that's what Oracle is, like, literally running on. So if Oracle goes up, that's a wrap. And also, like, I don't know how Larry is appeasing his fucking son because if I'm Larry, I'd be like, yo, your sister was making top tier movies with top tier filmmakers, and even she fucking went bust. Why the fuck would me personally, if I'm Larry, I'm like, how about you worry about running fucking Paramount instead of fucking trying to acquire another studio? Like, this shit's insane. We still have not seen how the Ellison Paramount has shaken out now, other than they've hired Max Landis to write a fucking G.I. Joe movie. Apparently his goal is to get a lot of canceled talent and start having them work again. And I'm just like, you know what? Go right fucking ahead. Go right fucking ahead, man. Max Landis wrote one cool movie.
Yep.
And all of a sudden he's God.
That sounds...
Yeah, that's what I said. One cool movie
for the course. I mean,
one cool movie.
Yeah, would Max Landis write? Chronicles?
Yeah, because everything else he's written
I can't remember
trash. And that motherfucker had an ego, and I mean an ego that you could drive a fucking truck through. It is so big. Just because his dad was John Landis. Also, I'm like, yo, you remember your dad killed somebody? Well, killed two people.
It was right, but you know, be like even beyond that, right? Like talent doesn't translate like that, right? It's not in the nuts, right? Like it's not in the DNA. But it's
if I'm running a movie studio, I would be like Megan and try to get the
Hollywood
best
royalty.
Of the best. Like, hey, we'll make a few art movies with some of my favorite directors, but for the most part, like I'm trying to make money. So, like, I'm getting top-tier talent to do fucking G.I. Joe or Transformers or some shit like that. Like, I know Ellison's trying to bring back Shia for Transformers.
Of course he is. It's
You know,
it's like
I
it's like
highly
he's putting
doubt
together
any of this will
the
be good.
Legion of
Like, yo,
Doom,
listen, we talked about
right?
the Duffer Brothers deal where they're getting $100 million to develop shit. Again, I respect James Mangold. He's a fine filmmaker. He's a fine studio filmmaker. I'll say that much. He's perfectly fine. Giving him $100 million first look deal is insane. I'm like, what has James Mangold made that I'm just like, oh yeah,
Right.
let's give him a whole $100 million deal for him to create whatever the fuck he wants.
Right. Like, I wouldn't be able to tell you what a James Mangold film looks like, right?
Well, yeah,
Like,
right.
unless you told me James Mangold did
there's
it,
never been like I've enjoyed
like it's just
I love
it's a
Logan. I
competent
love his
movie
310
on
to
screen.
Yuma remake, and I love that because it's so different from the original. But other than that, like his
Right.
movies have just been like, yeah, it's fine. Like Ford versus Ferrari, perfectly fine. A Complete Unknown, Walk the
Right.
Line, that was just Ray with white people. That
Yeah.
literally came out the year after. Copland, fine. That could have been much better.
Right. Right. I like
Much better version
like
of
I
that.
like Copland, but like I can imagine a right 100%. Yeah. So whatever. Let him throw the money away. I hope
Well, there's only
that
two,
the deal doesn't go through.
There's
I
only
hope they
two
can't
things
put the
that'll-
money
that'll
together
help us. One is the midterms,
to buy Warners.
hopefully, and like that is real scary right now. Because if I'll tell you this, because if the midterms go the way we all hope, then
that's if we get there.
the other party has straight up said like, oh yeah, we're gonna block the fuck out of this. California's already blocked it. They're the biggest state. They're like, yeah, we're blocking this shit. And then Europe, because a lot of people in the business
Yeah.
aren't happy with this shit either. So they're actively fighting against it. And then Europe, like a lot of people in Europe are just like, no. They see this just like we see it. It's worse than Netflix because everybody who has eyes right now sees what the fuck's going on an international stage. And they're just like, yeah, we don't want that American bullshit traveling over here. And it already has, just because of what's happening in the Middle East. Because, you know, fucking old white guys in the Middle East, they just jerk their dicks over the Middle East. I think this deal might be blocked. And then if it doesn't and it goes through, as a company, I give it 5 years tops because there's just no way this is going to work. Just no way it's going to work. Yeah. Yeah, like both of them, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if both Paramount and Warner Brothers get... Like, there's just no way this is going to...
Right? Like,
it's unsustainable.
Yeah.
With the shit that he's doing, too. Like, he clearly... Like, yo, again, Skydance was a production company. I don't know how it goes from a production company to a fucking corporation. Yeah,
And
nothing that I'm just like, oh, that was awesome. Like maybe probably
it made some competent
the Mission
films,
Impossible
right?
movies, but
like,
that's more Tom Cruise and Christopher McQuarrie and everything else, not David Ellison, because David Ellison's a failed actor. You know that, right?
Oh yeah, no. What was it? Flyboys? Yeah, I saw that shit. He was bad. It was bad. So if you want to look at what the face of evil, when it comes to mass media, what his first acting role is, it's was that 2005.
Me personally,
James Franco.
I'd be a little embarrassed.
Flyboys.
You know what I'm saying? Just having this whole public spectacle, my whole background, my relationship with a person that 90% of the world hates, including this country. Like, me personally, I'd be a little embarrassed, and I probably would have just, once the Netflix deal went through, I would have just let it go. But the fact that they upped it to $33 a share, you know what I'm saying? I was like, dog, $33 a share. Y'all are that fucking desperate. With a bunch of concessions. Like, there's a whole bunch. It's so bad that even Zavlaw's like, hey, guys, maybe the deal might not go through. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dog.
This is
and
the
you know
worst
what? Here's the thing. We're all rooting for it to fail. And if it does fail,
we're living in the worst season of
Succession. Business. Like, it's going to destroy the business because it's going to take a while for shit to get back up on its feet. But hey, you know.
Either way, it's like... there was no good scenario.
We're going to be getting big budget Daily Wire movies.
Right? But there's no way out of this.
It's still insane to me that Rush Hour 4 is getting made to appease the president and that has $100 million budget. I'm like, dog, why the fuck does a Rush Hour movie? Jackie Chan is fucking 70, can barely move. Chris Tucker hasn't really been funny in a fucking minute. Like, my man just shows up in prestige dramas in a supporting role, and that's it. Right. Like, yo, what Rush Hour 3 fucking sucked.
Like, he's trying to be an actor.
Rush Hour 3, it took them like 8 years after Rush Hour 2 to get that out. Other than they go to Paris, that's it. Like, yo,
I can't even remember anything about Rush Hour 3.
Like, yo, also the most racist motherfucker wants another installment of the continuing adventures of the Asian and black cops fucking up at their jobs, because those dudes, in real life, those dudes would not be cops after the first movie. The fact that they're still cops at the end of 3.
Right. I mean, look, 4 is probably going to be them training a younger team or some shit like that, just so they can stamp the title.
Come on,
Rush
man.
Hour.
Even Riggs and Murtaugh got in trouble in Lethal Weapon 3, where the whole city of Los Angeles like, yeah, we're sick of your shit, y'all. Like, you guys are street cops now. You can't even be regular detectives. Like, y'all are street cops.
Right.
Like, they got demoted to street cops because they caused so much fucking damage and destruction, as good as their intentions are. Like, come on, y'all. And that was in the 90s, where even they were like, yeah, damn, yeah, y'all fucking up.
Yeah, so I don't even know how a Rush Hour 4 is going to pan out. I don't want to know. I hope it doesn't go through. I hope we all
Warner
wake
Brothers
up
is now a Skydance company
very soon.
Call your local senators, call your local governors, and tell them to block it, because that's another thing you can do. And I've been doing that. You like telling them, oh, block it, because our governor is specifically like, yeah, nah.
All right, like we got to put a number somewhere.
Look up your local senator and look up your local governor and tell them you
put
do
this out
not
there
want
for
this
people.
shit to go
But
through.
yeah.
That's all I can say. Because I'm saying, dog, $33 a share, dog. $33 a share. Yo,
I was like, I regret it for him.
Look, again, Megan was running her business well, and even she flopped. Like, I want to know, how does a production company become a corporation? That's my question.
I don't know how any of this works. I don't know how it's still standing. I don't know how the Hollywood machine is still operational, because they are running, like, even without this Paramount acquisition deal, right? They were running this shit.
I think it's funny that he already reneged on some shit.
Right?
Like,
they were running this
promised,
engine on
he
empty.
promised because some actor was like, James Gunn won't let me make my DC movie. It's some like right wing dude, and Ellison's like, don't worry. Once I get Warner Brothers, he said this 2 years ago. Don't worry. Once I get Warner Brothers, he's out of there, and we'll make your movie. And now he's just like, yeah, I'm not getting rid of James Gunn. James Gunn and Peter Safran gonna keep running DC. I think it was. I can't remember.
Right, exactly.
I can't remember, but
it was probably exactly Levy.
And then he doesn't like the movies that Pam and Mike are making at Warner Brothers, and now he recently came out. He's like, yeah, we're gonna keep them too.
Yeah, because they make money, right? Like, they have had one of the most successful years.
Scream 3 to me was the worst. This might be worse than Scream 3, because the characters are so thin. Like, at least every movie, when they introduce new characters, I'm like, well, there's something to them, if I like it or not. This is the first time where I'm just like, man, these motherfuckers are barely characters. Barely.
and like the motivations
yeah.
are
I listened to another
stupid.
review and they were making fun of her. They're like, yeah, Isabel May plays a high schooler, and
like,
Christy and Alonzo started laughing so hard they were wiping tears out my eyes. Alonzo goes, she's 25, she looks 25. That is hilarious that they had her in high school. I was just like, shh.
And she's just so fucking like she's so angry at Sydney, right? Like her mom, she's like this just over angry teenage girl
for 30
but
years.
You know your mom has trust issues
like
because
this is
people have been trying to kill her.
Yeah, because now this is the sixth time somebody
for 30
has come
years
after her,
right? So give her some grace.
I don't like the pot shots that this shit makes at 7 either. I'm at 6. Yeah, I don't like that shit because I'm like 6 was good, bro. And that's another thing everybody's been saying. They're like, yo, fuck this movie also for fucking taking pot shots at 6. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, like I definitely liked 6 more than I liked 5.
5,
right?
Look, 5 is not as bad as
I'm
3,
on the cusp of hating 5.
But it was pretty close for me.
Right. And the fact that they got rid of all the brown people.
Oh, the
right? Except
the
for
Martin twins, which I will say the movie does come alive when they're in the movie, but also they should not be in this movie, number one, because they add nothing. The commentary is old now. Like the medical, that shit got to stop. Also, they've been cut and stabbed so many times that they should be paraplegic. I'm like, there's just no way they are still functioning and moving like normal people. Nah, in the last one, they held him up like this,
get his
and they stabbed him like 50 times in the chest, bro. So the fact that in this one, he's just walking, talking,
right,
and he was in a relationship with Jenna Ortega's character, never brought up here. No mention of the Carpenter sisters, who honestly, at this point, Neve Campbell's a legend. Sidney Prescott, iconic character. I would rather, after watching this movie, I'm like, yo, I'd rather go back to the Carpenter sisters. Like, there's much more to do with them than there is Sidney. Like, I feel like Sidney is done. Like, the fact that Gail shows up, and I was like, wow, who would have thought Courtney Cox would bring some life to this motherfucker? And she disappears. Like, that's the thing about the movie. Is like, yo, she's in the second act, and then in the third act, she's just gone. And I'm like, why did she not show up at Sydney's house, bro? Like, why isn't she trying to figure out where she's at, try to help her out? Like,
I think honestly, she just shows up because she's contractually obligated, right? Like or not obligated.
Yeah, man. She
whatever,
does
she
more
signed
in
whatever
Scream
deal
6 than she does in this motherfucker.
she doesn't really move the plot.
6 should have been it. I'm gonna say it because they got greenlit for 8.
Yeah. So
8 is shooting in September this year.
Of course they did. Of course, because horror fans don't care. Sure.
Again, cool. And y'all are mad. Y'all wondering why I don't like this merger.
Ugh. Yeah, you're gonna get more of that. You're gonna get more of this shit. People are gonna lose their jobs because they're heavily invested in AI. Any sort of interesting movies are going to be pushed to the side because anything that challenges the status quo.
You think Ellison's going to make Sinners? You think Ellison's going to make one battle after another?
Stifled.
Shit,
and
man. We have Final... I never would have thought... I love Final Destination. Final Destination is one of my favorite horror franchises. Bro, Bloodlines, which is the 6th one, and the best one. And I'm like, bro, how is Final Destination eclipsed Scream?
It's because they took a chance. And they were taking a chance with the Scream franchise.
Yeah.
But then...
Scream 7 is the 3rd time they've rebooted this shit. Because they rebooted it with Scream 4, because that was a requel. Then they did it again with Scream 5, where they rebooted it again. That's another requel. And now because they got rid of the Carpenter sisters and they had to rejigger this whole shit, this is another fucking requel. Because this should be like, we should be at the end of a nice trilogy arc with the Carpenter sisters. And that would have been nice that if they had paid Neve Campbell, we could have seen their relationship develop in 6 if they had paid her. And even if they weren't fucking assholes, they could have been in this one and still develop that relationship for maybe Scream 8. Hey, we got all these people, the core 4, Sydney, fucking Gail, all converging together in this next 8th movie. And now it's just like, well, Scream 8, I don't even know. What the fuck are they even going to do for Scream 8? Like, we've clearly run out of gas here. Because the reveals of the Ghostface killers, this shit might as well have been from Scooby-Doo, dog. Like, there's some real Scooby-Doo shit. It's the teacher.
So fucking. It's the
which
fucking,
they've done already. They've done that
fan.
Already. By the way,
like her biggest fucking fan.
The two main, there's 3 killers in this. The 2 main killers are only one of them is only in one scene before he's unmasked, and I was just like, you got to be fucking kidding me, y'all. And I felt bad for that dude because I was like, damn, because he's such a known actor. Like I've known him from my childhood. He's always been in all these teen movies. So when he showed up and I saw that receding, and I was like, time has not been nice to you, dog.
And like they didn't, the makeup did him no justice, right? And like as soon as he showed up, it was like, yeah, that's the dude. What?
Nah, I was just saying I felt bad for Homie when he showed up because I was like, damn, bro, your hairline is so receding. He has the Stevie Wonder hairline where I'm just like, bro, just shave your head, man. Yeah, I was like, that motherfucker's hairline was in the middle of his head, dog. I was like, yo, shave your head, dog.
I mean, that had to be on purpose, right?
I hope so. I hope so because that was sad. That made me sad.
Yeah,
I was like,
the whole entire movie made me fucking sad.
I'll be real. As soon as the first Ghostface killer died, I was ready to go. Like, that was cool. And then the only reason I stuck around is because Gail was there. But then they had to keep cutting back to them in the bar. And I'm just like, no, I don't care. McKenna Grace, she stars in a lot of dog shit, huh?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. She's in this for like, what, 10, 15 minutes? She's like the first person to die. Outside of the opening scene.
I don't even think it's that long. I think she literally they walk to school, and then it's the play.
Yeah, which how does bumfuck Ohio have the budget to have their students be on wire work?
I don't know. Maybe they're living in the town that Dave Chappelle's buying up, and they got that kind of money now.
Yo, that shit, yo, she also needs to stop singing on every song, every movie she's in. Also, I feel confident in saying this. Celeste O'Connor, I've never had strong opinions about her. I thought she was just like, whatever. This confirms, Scream 7 confirms, I'm like, nah, she's a terrible actress.
Who's Celeste O'Connor? I don't even know that.
The black girl.
Who she play?
The black girl.
Yeah, it's utterly forgettable.
She's terrible. She is terrible. Yeah. She's been in, like, I've seen her in other stuff, and I was just like, sure, whatever. This, I'm like, bro, you are fucking terrible. She was in Madam Web. Remember, she's the the Spider Woman that has the afro.
No, she's no.
On some real racist shit. Yeah, she was also in Ghostbusters. She's Finn Wolfhard's like love interest,
the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't like, honestly. I don't even think she's a bad actress. I think she's utterly forgettable. Right?
Yo,
like,
I just realized something. Both her and McKenna Grace are in these Ghostbusters movies. McKenna Grace is playing like 5 years younger than Celeste O'Connor, and then in this one, they're the same fucking age.
Yeah.
Also, I like how it's
Scream
like
7.
I also like how it's fall. Everybody's wearing coats and shit. And McKenna Grace is wearing like the most revealing outfit in like 40-degree weather. I'm just like, girl, like put a jacket on.
Because was it a throwback and homage to Rose McGowan's character?
Yeah, like every
in the first one.
They remind every fucking scene in this movie reminds you of a Scream from the previous one, whether it's a reference to Scream 2 or Scream 3. Like, they reference every fucking Scream in every scene in every one of these movies with reverence. The only one they shit on is 6.
It's 6. Beyond the first 2 is the best one.
Yeah.
Out of this new crop.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was saying. I was like, yo, it's the third best of the series, y'all.
Right. Yeah, so.
Yeah, nigga. So let's get into Psycho Killer.
I actually didn't know this movie existed.
Yeah, because they didn't promote it.
I was out to dinner with a friend. And he's like, "Hey, Jeff, are you gonna go see Psycho Killer?" And I'm like, "What? What's that?" It's like, "It comes out tomorrow." I was like, "Still don't know what the fuck it is."
Yeah, Disney's just dumping 20th century movies, because this got dumped in the theaters and it played for a week, and I'm glad I went opening weekend because it's gone. Just like The Strangest Chapter 3, gone. And then also a Hulu movie, which I'll talk about in a few minutes, called In the Blink of an Eye, Andrew Stanton's movie. They dumped it straight to Hulu with no promotion after it premiered at Sundance. I'm like, fuck, man. See, this is why I don't like these companies buying each other, because then shit like this happens.
Right.
So, Psycho Killer, written by Andrew Kevin Walker. The director is like a newish director. I think he has potential. The script, though, I'm like, Andrew, like, you did 7. You wrote The Killer. Like, shit, even 8mm is better than this shit. And 8mm is a fucking mess.
It's a mess, but, like, I enjoy it for some sick reason. There's some great parts in 8mm. It's messy.
So, Psycho Killer, there's this serial killer who's traveling across the Midwest. This black woman and her husband, who's also black. He pulls the serial killer over during a traffic stop. He doesn't realize this dude's a serial killer. He tries to arrest him because clearly this dude's come on, man. Any cop pulling over this dude would be like, yeah, we gotta arrest you just because, like, nigga, like, you look at him.
Suspicion of
you're just like, come on, man. Like, you can clearly tell, but, like, this dude is clearly either on drugs or up to no good. So, like, shoots him right in the face, he dies, and it becomes this quest for this woman to avenge her husband and bring this serial killer to justice. Decent plot, right? However, Bush League mistakes where even I'm not a cop. I've never been a cop. But even I'm like, why wouldn't you wait for backup? Why don't you clear the room properly first? Like, she makes some Bush League mistakes throughout this fucking movie to the point where I'm just like, I want this shit to be done. And then the end, the whole thing was this guy trying to bring Satan to the real world. Yeah, it's another satanic killer, some dude praising Satan. The whole end of the movie takes place on 3 Mile Island, where he's trying to overload the reactors and bring hell on Earth. Yeah, I was just like, bro, I can't even tell you how the movie even gets there.
So does it take place in the? So many questions. Does it take place now?
Yeah, and it starts in Indiana. So the fact that they got the 3 Mile Island, which is near Pennsylvania, I'm just like, you know what? Sure.
And how did he? You know what?
Yeah, listen. I know exactly what you're gonna ask, and I don't have the answers. I saw the motherfucker. Your guess is as good as mine. Has the two the two last scenes of the movie are fucking terrible, because one, she's pregnant by the end of the movie because before she died, her husband impregnated her, and now she's gonna have the baby in memory of her husband. And she, like every corny horror movie, she has a dream that he's right around the corner, but it ends up not being real. And instead of just locking her door, she goes outside and looks around before going back in her house and locking the door. So that's coda number 1. Coda number 2, because they're saying all over the news, no, the killer's dead. We got him. He's dead. He's no longer alive. And we all think he's dead, too, because the bitch shot him like 8 times and shot him in the head. Shot his hand off and everything. Nope. Right. They're taking him to a secure prison in the middle of nowhere. That's the last scene of the movie, is them driving him to this prison in the middle of the desert. And I'm like, Y'all, we didn't even need that. Could have been cut. That is like a 2-minute little scene where I'm just like, that added nothing.
But she shot him in the head.
Yeah, I mean, multiple times. Like, shot his hand off because homie was holding a grenade.
He was holding a grenade.
Yeah, he was going to kill him. He had a bomb on his chest and a grenade because he was going to make sure these reactors blew up.
Sure.
He wanted the reactors to blow up he was the failsafe in case they didn't overload.
Yeah, no, it sounds fucking stupid.
Yeah, it is.
I'm glad that I'm glad that I didn't even know this thing existed. I'm actually mad now that I know it exists.
I went opening day because I was off work. Opening day. Right. It was me and a bunch of black people in there. And by a bunch, I mean like 4 other black people in there. One black dude just got up and walked out halfway through. There's a mother and daughter there. There's a mother and daughter there. And they look confused walking out. And then the dude behind me, he just walked out silently. I was like, oh yeah, this movie broke y'all. Dog, this movie you know how in the end credits it'll have like, you know, the formats it's mixed in like DTS, Dolby. This shit wasn't even mixed in Dolby. Like regular, I'm not talking Atmos, I'm talking regular Dolby. Like this shit had no fucking format block at the end of the credits.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter. Like, it didn't matter if you could hear the dialogue or anything like that, because the dialogue was stupid.
Georgina Campbell, I was like, damn, like, this is your follow-up to Barbarian. Do better.
Like, what's she been doing between then and now? Because that's like, what, 4 years?
I'm pretty sure she's been in other shit. I just don't know, and I can't, it'll take me a minute to look it up. But otherwise, like, I am confused as to why this got a theatrical release and why this didn't go straight to Hulu. Like, I'm serious. Like, y'all were just better off just hitting the upload button. Like, yo, there's been better movies that went straight to Hulu than this shit. Like, y'all put Prey on Hulu. The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, not particularly good. Better than this shit.
They were probably hoping that they could catch some of that weapons money. Maybe, you know, people will enjoy this on a subconscious level and we'll get some of that, you know, that weapons energy going forward.
I found out I didn't think there was a press screening for this, and apparently from Ed I was told there was, but they didn't tell anybody. You had to ask for it. And I was just like, yo, listen, I'm not mad. Ed was mad that he missed it. I'm like, I'm not mad, because if I came to the city, I don't care if I'm seeing. Nah. Fuck no. Yeah. Is it 0% bad? No, but it's not good. Like, it's a bad movie.
Yeah, some people will stick by their genre no matter what, and like I said, horror fans, all you gotta do is show them some blood, show them some guts, maybe a little titty, and you got them.
Well, not apparently, because this shit didn't made no money. Like, it was in theaters for literally a week. I don't even know how much money it made. Like,
but here's the thing: no one knew about it though. They did not advertise this at all.
What do you want me to say, man? It's like The Strangers Chapter 3. Like, at least Lionsgate, they knew. They're like, we put 2 movies out already, so we know how this is gonna go. So why bother?
Right.
We're just putting it out just to get it out, so that way it'll hit VOD and we can make all of our money on the home video circuit. This shit here is not part of a franchise, so like, you didn't advertise.
They were hoping for it. They were hoping for it with that fucking coda.
No, yo, they're gonna have this nigga break out of prison again, because that's the other thing, is like, the whole story about this is the killer was caught once and he broke out of prison.
Yeah, so you're gonna put him in another prison. Cool.
Yeah, Psycho Killer. It'll be on Hulu in like 4 weeks, maybe 2.
Maybe this week. This is the way you're talking about it.
Hey, the only positive I can give this is that it did not use the Talking Heads song, because I'm tired of hearing that fucking song.
Okay.
That is the most overplayed song by that band besides Once in a Lifetime. And I will give you this. At least Once in a Lifetime, Elio, not too good, but even they managed to use that song good. Psycho Killer, every time they play it, it's some dude who's crazy dancing and singing all weird. So like I'm glad they never played it. I'm tired of that song.
How long is this movie?
Like, roughly 2 hours. Roughly.
Too long.
Like I think it's like an hour 40, hour 50 around that time, like two. Hovering. Yeah. I can't remember the exact runtime.
Man, a horror movie shouldn't be over an hour and a half.
Yeah, look. I told my brother how long The Bride was. He's like, Jesus, that should not be that long. I was like, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
I could have cut 10 minutes out.
Yeah, nigga, like that was one where I was like, bro, this should be in like an hour and a half, hour 40.
Yeah, I could cut some shit out of there.
Yeah,
I'm looking at it.
Yeah. Look, Psycho Killer. So let's get into the next Fox movie that like Disney don't give a fuck about. In the blink of an eye, 3 concurrent stories. One takes place during the Stone Age with a bunch of Neanderthals. One takes place in the middle in modern times with Rashida Jones and Daveed Diggs. And then the last one takes place aboard a ship with Kate McKinnon.
It's a comedy, right?
No. It's
Carry on.
It's supposed to be a profound drama. And I could tell you right now, the only storyline I really gave a fuck about was the Daveed Diggs, Rashida Jones one. Do I think it's as bad as everybody's made it out to be? No, it's on Hulu. It's worth a watch. It's only 90 minutes, okay? So it's not even that long. But
it's the caveman thing for me.
And watching it, I was just like, we could have cut this shit out. We could have cut that entire shit out. And the only thing that connects these storylines is an acorn. An acorn, and then something that is developed by Daveed Diggs and Rashida Jones's children. Spoiler alert, because what their son develops plays into the storyline for Kate McKinnon when she's aboard the ship.
So pretty much what you're saying, there's no connective tissue, but like some like
it's supposed
very
to be
tenuous.
It's supposed to be thematic. You know what I'm saying? About love and how love ripples across time, but
sure.
Because Kate McKinnon, she's transporting embryos to a new planet.
And this is a drama, huh?
It's on Hulu, bro. Like I'm saying, it's 90 minutes, and at the end of it, you'll just be like, I'm not mad at it, but like I'll probably never watch it again. And if I do watch it again, I'm just gonna fast forward to the parts with Daveed Diggs and Rashida Jones.
All right.
Andrew Stanton.
Well.
Like this has been sitting on the shelf for 4 years. It premiered at Sundance this past year, and the reaction at Sundance was negative, and I'm like, y'all, it's not that bad. It's not, and the only reason I'm saying like, give it a chance is because it's on Hulu. Like, otherwise, if this was in theaters, I'd be like, man, no.
Yeah, no, it sounds like sounds bad, but it sounds like one of those things where you have to watch it just so you can engage in conversation with people. None of this sounds interesting to me.
Look.
I'm not. Look, I know you're not trying to convince me, but like you said, it's on Hulu.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm telling people, like, yo, if you want to watch it, it's on. I would say this: if it was any longer, I'd be like, fuck no. But the fact that it's only 90 minutes, I'm like, it's 90 minutes, y'all.
Right. Like I can do 90 minutes standing on my head.
Right. 90 minutes. Like, it's shorter than the bullshit we've been talking about.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, 90 minutes.
Yeah. Move on to How to Make a Killing, the new movie by John Patton Ford, because I love his first movie. First movie's Emily the Criminal, starring Aubrey Plaza. This one is produced and starring Glenn Powell. He plays a man who was disinherited by his family because his mom slept with a lower class person. And because she slept with a lower class person and got pregnant, she had 2 choices, either abort the child or be disowned and inherit nothing. So she chose to run away with the person she loved. The person she loved, he had a heart attack while she was giving birth, so he died. And then his mom raised him to have highborn standards and say, like, one day you're gonna inherit the redwood fortune, which the fortune is worth $10 billion. And she dies early because, you know, she was young and nobody caught on to the conditions she had. So Glenn Powell, fed up with his life, just angry at the world, decides, hey, you know what? I'm getting that inheritance no matter what, because y'all fucked me over. Like, even when his mom died, he showed up to the mansion and he was giving a letter. He's like, we understand why you're here. We know who you are. We are sorry about the circumstances. We wish you well. We cannot help you. We wish you well. And I was like, damn, how you going to tell a fucking 10-year-old kid, we wish you well? So he decides, I'm going to start killing my family members so I could get that fortune.
Oh, okay. Here comes the turn. All right. There we go.
And you know what? You kind of root for him because all of his family members are fucking douchebags. Like, and so it gets to a point. Meanwhile, in the background, while he was a child, he went to this high, how could you put this? This prestigious school. Like a private school, like a prestigious private.
Prestigious works, yeah.
So at this school, he met this girl he fell in love with, and then eventually he lost contact with her, and she always looked down on him, but she liked that, you know, he worshipped the ground she walks in on. Well, this woman grows up to be fucking Margaret Qualley, and Margaret Qualley is in the background of this movie being like, hey, I know I'm married, but I'm interested in you, and I want money because my husband has blown through my money, and I want you because I know I can have power over you. And he's just like, okay, go away. I'm busy with other shit. And she keeps showing up and fucking up his shit. So eventually, I don't want to give away the ending because I'm just like, God damn. But eventually he does meet his uncle, and he explains to his uncle, like, hey, you know, I'm your nephew. And his uncle is just like, man, I should have done more. I'm going to help you out now and let me help you. So he starts working as an investment banker. So he stops killing for a minute and he starts working as an investment banker. But then, you know, because the universe is cruel to this nigga, his uncle has a heart attack and dies.
This is a lot going on in this movie.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of motherfuckers in this. So Glenn Powell, Margaret Qualley, Jessica Henwick, which was his cousin's fiance, he ends up getting engaged to her because they have more in common because his cousin is a douchebag. He's a photographer, and he calls himself the White Basquiat. Guess who plays that guy? Zach Woods. Zach Woods was the meek dude from Silicon Valley.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
So he's in the movie, and I was rolling the entire time he was on. Topher Grace is in this as a mega church preacher. He is also a cousin. Ed Harris is the matriarch of the family, a real piece of shit. Yeah, it's a stacked cast. My problem with this movie, I've seen it twice. I think it's a really entertaining movie, and I think the critics are a little too harsh on it. But my thing with the movie, and the reason why I think a lot of people aren't really jiving with it, is the fact that it's a eat the rich movie about how we got to take down these evil rich people. But also the moral of the story is it's better being rich than it is being poor. And it's like, yeah, no shit. Like Glenn Powell even starts off, he's like, whoever tells you money can't buy you happiness is fucking lying to you. It's better to be rich than it is to be poor. I would rather be rich and alone than to be broke, alone, and poor. And I was like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's surface level psychology. It kind of reminds me of Triangle of Sadness, like the way you said it, like the end, where it's like. It's an eat the rich movie, but
because this has a noir ass ending. Like that's the thing. Yeah. That's probably why I don't want to spoil it because I was like, damn, this ending is straight out of a film noir. Because at rewatching it again, I was like, oh, Margaret Qualley is the femme fatale, and she always wanted Glenn Powell. Like, I thought she just wanted the money. Nah, she always wanted him and the money. Like, him and. You know what I'm saying? And she wants him just so she can have somebody to subjugate, and he's hot, and she could use him as a fuck toy, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. So How to Make a Killing. I look, to me it's worth checking out. You know what I'm saying? It's worth checking out. Like, it's a solid movie. I was entertained. Does it work? I don't think the messaging and the themes not entirely, but I think it's a solid fucking movie. Like, I feel very bad this got dumped at the end of February by A24. Like, y'all, this is a September movie. You know what I'm saying? Where it comes out and you're like, oh, this has some prestige to it, but it won't graduate to awards level, but it will be remembered as like a solid piece of entertainment. Okay. So like the fact that critics are dogging this, I'm like, y'all being too harsh on this shit.
I mean, is it in theaters now or was it here?
Yeah, nigga, it's been in theaters for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I don't know.
Still playing.
All right. Well.
Yeah, it's one of the few movies that hasn't fucking completely bricked where they're like, oh, week 1, we're pulling this.
Okay. All right, that's on the list for this weekend then.
All right. Go ahead.
Let me move into Heel. Saw this movie last week. It hits theaters on Friday. It stars Stephen Graham, Andrea Riseborough, and Anson Boone. If you look at the marketing material, it looks like it's a horror movie. It's about this party boy dickhead who gets kidnapped and locked in a basement by a family that's trying to rehabilitate him, right? Sounds straight fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre DNA, right? It sounds like a horror film. It is not. It is a family drama, right? And I kind of love this film, right? Because throughout the whole entire thing, you are rooting for both of them, right? You're rooting for the family to rehabilitate this kid, but you're also rooting for the kid to kind of get out and live his own life, right? And it's got some really tender moments in it. Like it's hard. It's weird to say that about a movie about a dude who's chained up in the fucking basement, right? It's very European. It's directed by a director by the name of Jan Komasa. He did what was that movie you hated last year? Anniversary.
Okay.
It's his second. Technically it's his first English language film because he filmed this 4 years ago, right? He did this before Stephen Graham had done I'm blanking on it, Adolescence, right? So they were joking that this was a star turn for Stephen Graham in the movies, right? And then Adolescence comes out, and this movie comes out right after, a year later, and he's still playing. It's in that same vein of a father trying to do the best that he can. Right? Yeah. So it's like, look, it's not a horror movie at all, right? I mean, there are some tense elements to it. Very little violence, no gore, shot really well, and like I said, it's emotionally complex because you kind of want everybody to win at the end of this. Yeah. So Heel comes out on Friday. And if you listen in, there's a short interview with the director.
Well, let's get in the hoppers. This is probably Pixar's best movie since Inside Out 2, because, like, yo, man, they've been really struggling. And that's basically, it's my problem with Disney as a whole, is that they just devalue everything that's not Marvel or Star Wars.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the only thing that they care about that's not Marvel or Star Wars is Frozen. And now they got to give a fuck about Zootopia, since that's one of the biggest movies ever now, Zootopia 2.
Yeah.
And Avatar. They give a fuck about Avatar.
Right. But like in like franchise films, right? Like sequel films.
Yeah, because like they've been treating Pixar like the redheaded stepchild. I was like, damn, bro, like Turning Red should have came to theaters, because that was when restrictions eased and theaters were open. And the fact they're like, yeah, Disney Plus, and we're all like, the fuck, man? Like the fact that they should have held on to Soul. Soul should have went to theaters.
What was the TV show that they did?
Oh, Win or Lose, that they didn't even promote.
Win or Lose.
That was a good show. They didn't even promote that
really
fucking
good show.
shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's sad, man. The Monsters, Inc. show, they barely promote, too.
I didn't even realize it was a Monsters, Inc. show.
Yeah, I watched the first season. I thought it was okay. I haven't watched the second season, but, like, yeah, they don't even promote that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you said, if it's not one of their top 5, they're just doing it to fill space.
Right. So what we're saying is, if you want more original films from Pixar, this is it. Because they said, like, if Hopper's bricks, then that's all they're going to do is sequels. And it's just like, God damn, bro. Like, it's bad enough Toy Story 5 is going to drop.
Right. And I'm not interested. You have to watch it, but I don't need a 5.
Yeah. Anyways, I really enjoyed this shit because it's just weird. It's weird and it gets really fucking dark.
Yeah.
It's Avatar, though. I'm glad they called that out. They're like, yo, this is just Avatar.
Yeah. I didn't really start enjoying this until the assassination.
Is it because you found Mabel annoying?
Oh, yeah, no, she's the worst.
Okay, that's probably why, because the look on your face, I'm like, yo, you must have hated Mabel. I get where she's coming from, but problem is they made her a little too overbearing.
Right, like her energy, and I get it, she's passionate and everything like that, but her anger throughout the whole entire film was off-putting.
You didn't like the council? Like, the council was hilarious.
The council was great, right? And I'm not going to say I didn't like this movie. I liked it a lot, right? But Mabel is such a difficult character to lock in on that it was hard for me to really enjoy it, right? And the thing is, she doesn't really have an emotional arc.
I mean, she does. She realizes it's like they say, it's one big ecosystem. We all got to work together, and you have to see everybody's side. And same goes with Mayor Jerry learns that same lesson. Yeah. Like, yo, we all have to work together. Yeah. You know,
it really didn't lock into me until the second act. But after that, it's like, yeah, this is weird. This is dark. This is hilarious. The fucking the apex predator, right? I don't want to ruin what the apex predator is.
Oh, yo, that shit was crazy.
That shit was ridiculous.
I'm gonna be real. I was surprised because it's literally the end of the second act where I'm like, wow, this movie got really big, really fucking fast. Like, it's crazy how it starts as like a very insane adventure and just turns into an insane action movie halfway through.
Yeah. So I think on a rewatch, I'm going to enjoy it more just because I will have prepared myself for who Mabel is as a person.
Right? I gotta say, I saw this at Disney headquarters, and that screening room is nice, but it's always had, and the sound mix is always nice, but for some reason, this shit was loud as fuck in that room. I was just like, yo, this is a kid's movie. Why the fuck is this OD loud?
Yeah, I mean, I saw it in IMAX, and it plays. I mean, it's not formatted, but the sound, it was nice. It was good. You know, just enough kick.
Yeah, I've never sat through a kids movie that was that aggressive with the sound mix, and I'm just like, I wanted to tell the projectionist, I'm like, yo, like, can y'all turn it down just a notch, like a couple of notches? Like it's because the reference level ideally is a 7, and I'm like, nah, y'all. If they had it at a 7, I'd say turn it down to 5, because that was definitely OD loud which was wild. But yeah, I mean, look, I had fun. I'm glad. No short, by the way, no short. I didn't stick around for the post credit scene because as always, Disney schedules this shit where there's always a screening happening right after, and I'm always trying to run to the next one, and I always get stopped by a rep being like, "Hey, can you stick around? There's an after credit scene." I'm like, why the fuck do you always have to have an after credit scene? Why can't I just leave once the credits roll, y'all?
So like I didn't stay for the post credits because I also had to book on out because my screen like it was a thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Getting it. I hope we can stop going to Disney headquarters. Like, I'd rather just go to a regular theater now, because getting in and out on before this screening was a fucking nightmare. Dealing with the people there was a fucking nightmare. I'm like, bro, you guys,
you got to go through 3 levels of security
for no reason, and you need an escort everywhere. Like, you need a security escort. Like, they're like looking at you like you're about to plant bombs. And I'm like, I don't care that much about Disney where I want to fucking do something nefarious, y'all. Like, I want to go take a piss. The fact that I got to have like an escort, like I'm 5 years old, to the bathroom to take a piss, like, fuck y'all. That building's not that nice. It's a nice ass building, not that nice.
Right. And I'm sure they could lock the doors, right? Like, I'm sure they got a button to keep you from roaming around. It's fine. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed this movie a lot, right? It was very cute. And I love, the thing that I love the most is the little flourishes. Like how the animals look different depending on the point of view of the person looking at them. Right? So when Jerry is looking at the beaver and can't communicate with the beaver, it looks different to him than when the animals are talking to each other, right? And the audience will notice it. It's like, but it's little things like that puts this on a higher level for me, because that shows thought, that shows caring when it comes to making this film.
Yeah, I want to try and see it in 3D this weekend. I was like, yo, listen,
3D is gonna be nice.
I don't really. I will have time to stick around and watch your little end credits scene. All right, I will see it again because I did enjoy this movie. I had a lot of fun. A lot of it's really fucking funny too. Like, I was surprised how funny this movie was. Jerry's a piece of shit though. Jesus Christ.
And here's the thing. Both Jerry and Mabel are pieces of shit. Right?
Jerry more so, though.
I'm like, but Jerry's just trying to make things better for his people, right? The city. I really think I would have enjoyed this more if it weren't for the main character. She is so grating, and I get what they were trying to do, right? I honestly do. But she was at an 11 when she should have been at a 9.
See, that would normally bother me, but it didn't here. It wasn't like, I get where you're coming from, but I because watching it, I was thinking now, I was like, damn, they gotta, like, she has to chill the fuck out. But like, it never got to that point where it turned me off. But I did have that thought where I'm just like, yo, this girl needs literally to chill the fuck out.
Right. But once I got past that, I really dug the movie, man. And like you said, it is dark at times, and the weirdness I can get behind.
Man, I'm fucking jealous that her grandma has a house, and then behind her house has that cool ass pond. I was like, damn, why can't I have that shit in my backyard, nigga? Like,
I mean, because systematic racism. That's why.
Like, that shit was. Well, we can't say that because the main characters are Asian. Because Mabel's Asian and her grandma's Asian. Fucking walking outside, seeing that whole ass pond with that fucking. Because as soon as they showed the pond, and they had that fucking. I even noticed the dam at first. I just noticed the beaver hut. I was like, that's crazy that they have a beaver hut in there. And then they started talking about it. I was like, yeah, all right. I knew they were gonna touch upon that shit. It's like they got a little beaver hut in their fucking pond, bro. That's crazy. Also, that fucking beaver dam was so well built that those niggas could walk on it, and they had to fucking blow it up with dynamite.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin the end, but yeah, that beaver dam is very well constructed.
Hell yeah. I like shout out to Dave Franco, because he plays one of my favorite characters, which is that psycho caterpillar. That shit is hilarious. Little caterpillar is hilarious with his cackle.
Yeah, I mean, like, look.
Also, shout out to Tom the Lizard.
What?
I said shout out to Tom the Lizard.
Okay.
Yeah, that lizard was cool too.
I mean, like, the character designs were great here. Let's see, who else do
I kind of want to hang out at a beaver dam though to see if there really is kings and queens. See if they wear little crowns like that.
And that's one of those flourishes, right? It's one of the jokes that go through. I was like, how do they put the crown on them?
Yo, even the humans are saying that. I love how the humans are like, why are they wearing crowns?
Yeah, it was fucking hilarious, right? I mean, like, I know I seem like I'm lackluster about this movie, but it's honestly, from the output that we've been getting from Disney Pixar as of late, this is as close as you're going to get to a home run.
Yeah, dog, because, yo, look, Elio is proof. Elio's proof, The Good Dinosaur's proof, that once a movie is, like, halfway through a concept, maybe just let it go. You guys just got to let it go, because rejiggering the shit halfway through from the ground up, it fucking sucks. At least this, you could tell they let this one go from inception to what it is now.
Right. And, like, I did not hate Elio, but I could see the traces of a much better movie.
Yeah, and then you find out what the movie originally was going to be, and it's like, well, that was a more interesting movie than what we got, y'all. Like, y'all should have just let the little kid be gay, quite frankly.
Yeah, 100%. But it's whatever. Disney talks a big game when it comes to diversity, and representation until you get to gay people. And then they fucking blink. They did the same thing with Win or Lose with the trans character. I'm not going to say Disney hates gay people.
Oh, no, I just think...
certainly are afraid of them.
I think they just don't want to be caught up in the culture wars, which at a certain point, I'm just like... At a certain point, you just got to tell your story. Like, people are going to hate you no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
People hated seeing Red because it was an allegory for a girl going through her first period. And, like, a touching, poignant story about a girl going through puberty. People fucking hated that. So, Disney, you're not going to be able to win. So just do the right thing.
So, with that said, I guess we should have gave a little plot synopsis. So, like, yeah, Mabel is like this really overbearing eco
warrior.
Yeah, eco warrior. And she basically steals her professor's tech, which allows them to put their minds into a robot animal, and she does it to a beaver, and she escapes into the animal world to convince the beavers to come back and save her family's pond, so that way the pond is saved, so Mayor Jerry doesn't build a highway through it. So that's basically the gist of it. And then it snowballs from there into some pretty insane things.
Right. So,
because once you get to the third act, I was just like, oh wow, this is some next level crazy. Especially with the little caterpillar. What they do with the caterpillar, I was like, dog, this is insane. And I mean this in a good way, but it's insane. It's shit. Yeah, Jerry's evil because Mayor Jerry started putting up fake trees with speakers in them to make the animals go away.
But Mabel stole tech to try to hoodwink some animals, and then ends up starting World War Fur. Right? When, like I said earlier in the review, there is an assassination attempt.
Yo, listen, Mayor Jerry's transgressions are much more egregious than Mabel's.
Look, but Mabel's attitude ends up getting a whole bunch of people in some very dangerous situations. We'll say, I'll leave it at that.
Hey, at least she learns her lesson.
And so does Jerry. Like, I'm not defending Mayor Jerry. I'm just saying.
It sounds like it.
Mabel's also an asshole.
Yeah, no, I hated Mayor Jerry more. Fucking piece of shit. All right, let's get into our final review of The Bride. I had some questions after this, and I asked a few people some questions, and they didn't even have definitive answers. Some people, everybody I talk to either feels the same way I do, which is like I'm kind of split down the middle on it, or people loved it. And like, this is a movie where if somebody came up to me and they told me they hated it, I understand. If people
told me it was a favorite, they loved it.
I understand. Like, every reaction to this movie, I would say that is a fair assessment.
All right, so I started off watching the movie and feeling like this was a big budget film school project.
Listen, when that first quote came on the screen, I was just like, oh, yikes, where it said, Mary Shelley wrote Frankenstein on a dare, and I was just like, Jesus Christ. And I saw some people walk out during that and then come back in about 5 minutes later.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it started off, to me, it felt like someone who had access to a budget, but they were trying too hard. And then as the movie progresses, I started to warm up to it, right? It's kind of funny, and it's really weird. I gotta be cautious the way I say this, right? The feminism on display here feels very surface level.
I liked it. I liked the feminist themes. I really did.
But I liked it, but it just felt too not enough, right? It felt too weak.
I think with that, to add on to what you said, I think the problem is it's just too much motherfucking shit going on in this movie. And the most interesting part about it is the women rising up against this fucking gangster. And that feels like it should have been a completely different movie than what's going on here, which should have primarily been a Bonnie and Clyde love story with monsters.
Right. And I wrote on Instagram, it feels like Bonnie and Clyde meets The Legend of Billie Jean, right?
I've never seen that movie.
It's this, a woman on the run who starts a sort of feminist revolution.
Okay, all right.
So that's the legend of Billie Jean, and that's the vibe I got from this. And I think I would have liked it if they had leaned into that more.
I mean, my favorite aspect of this movie is Christian Bale's Frankenstein's monster, where he goes by just Frank, and I like him because like every version of Frankenstein's monster, he has a lot of heart and humanity to him, and he's just like trying to exist. He's a good dude. This here, the one thing I'm like super confused about, and nobody really had a good answer for me when we were talking about this, is the fact that I don't know if the bride was bipolar or if Mary, because Mary Shelley is narrating the movie, and I didn't even understand that till somebody told me, like, yeah, that's supposed to be Mary Shelley narrating the movie. I'm like, okay, because that's not really made clear. I don't know if she's bipolar or if she's listening to her inner voice or what the fuck's going on, because the problem is Mary Shelley will say something and then the bride will say it, and her voice and demeanor completely changes. And that happens even before she dies. And I'm just like, wait, what in the fuck is happening here?
So to me, I mean, it doesn't.
It does. It just doesn't make sense. And the movie needed to at least have some semblance of trying to explain it, because it's a frame narrative and it's part of the main character. You know what I'm saying?
Right. To me, like, and this is my own interpretation. Mary Shelley is. Mary Shelley and, we'll call her Penny or Ida, whatever.
I'm just going to call her the bride, because by the end of the film, she is like, I am just the bride.
right? They are existing in the same body, right? Same mind, right? And that's where you got the whole entire how when the bride would talk and then Mary Shelley would take over, right? In a same sentence, right? The accent change.
But
right?
my question is why though? But why?
Because I think that's a question that doesn't need to be answered because the whole entire movie is sort of fundamentally abstract.
Not really, because everything is kind of, it takes place in this heightened 1930s reality, and that's like really the only thing that is just so far out there where I was just so confused by. Everything else I wasn't really confused by. That
like,
shit,
for example,
I had no idea what to make of it. I still don't.
Yeah, like and for me, I don't. Yeah, all right. So, would it be nice to have a frame of reference to see if she's actually possessed by the spirit of Mary Shelley, if she's schizophrenic, whatever like that? But for me, I didn't need that context.
Yeah, a lot of people are, though, Jeff. A lot of people are.
Now, look, that's fine. That's fine. I don't need that because I'm taking this as an art house experimental film, right? With a bigger budget. Like with the dance numbers, the fact that the music doesn't match with the time frame.
See, I'm cool with all that. That's just anachronistic shit that a lot of people are just doing now anyways. Like, that seems to be the deal.
Right. Like, it feels like Maggie Gyllenhaal she filmed her doctoral thesis.
I like I said, this movie's a mess. I don't think it entirely works. I don't think Peter Sarsgaard should be in this. Like, we really should have given more time to Penelope Cruz's character to flesh her out and make her better. Like, yo, if you combine those two characters, I think the movie would have been much better for it. Jake Gyllenhaal, that's a big question mark for me, too, where I'm just like, well, what was the point? Because you could have just had this nigga watching movies. You know what I'm saying? And being in love with movies instead of having him meet his hero, and then his hero's a piece of shit, and it's like, okay, well, sure, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff that you're bringing up doesn't need to be in here, right? But I don't mind it. Like, I don't mind this movie because, and I did enjoy it. The thing is, I don't think this movie is made for us. This movie's not made for me as a man. I think this is Maggie Gyllenhaal definitely talking to the female experience.
Well,
right?
fine,
and
but I did enjoy the feminist themes of this movie a lot. Like, I love when the women start modeling themselves off the bride, and it becomes like this real punk rock energy when they start doing that shit.
Right, and so that's you should check out The Legend of Billie Jean. I think you'd like it. But like, it's had that whole entire sentiment in it. I just thought it should have been explored more because we spend more time with Frank in the beginning of the movie than we do with the bride.
Well, that's just because Frank's the best character in this motherfucker. And the bride is just so crazy. I get why you want to kind of take some time away from her.
Right. Like I said, this is like, to me, it feels like Maggie Gyllenhaal putting all of these ideas out there because she's afraid she'll never be able to do it again. Right?
I mean, I can see why Netflix passed on this. I do think we should be taking more swings like this. That's why I don't hate it, because I'm like, bro, this is so audacious. I do appreciate how crazy and weird it is. So, like, it's hard for me to say, like, oh, no, don't go see it, because I'm telling people, I'm like, even though I may be mixed on it, to me, you should still go check it out. And I will say this. This is one of the rare times I'm going to say this. I kind of wish I saw this in a regular theater than in IMAX, because, y'all, Don't let Maggie Gyllenhaal use IMAX again, because her use of IMAX in this was nonsensical. Just nonsensical, and it just added. Y'all could have saved yourselves like $10 million just shooting this in scope. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no need. There was no need for half the shit that was in IMAX to be in IMAX, especially in some scenes where it would literally be shot. One shot would be in IMAX and another shot would be in scope, and it will cut back and forth to the point where I'm just like, dog, this is an all around waste.
Yeah, it's messy and chaotic, and if you want to get real cinema studies, maybe her thinking behind the messiness is it's the messiness that's the psychosis or the psyche of the bride, right? But that's me really drilling. This is me really trying to defend it.
And I was looking for the one sequence where she was talking about, and her interview with Ryan Coogler, because Ryan Coogler and her did an interview for his podcast, and he said like he loved the transition to IMAX where it cuts to open up the aspect ratio, and I didn't notice that.
Yeah, no.
Because the WB's cheap. They never rent out Lincoln Square, because for those of you who are near a 143 theater, this is in full 143. But I saw this at 34th Street, so it was in 190 and not 143. So but as they were talking on the podcast where it cuts to one specific sequence. When it opens up, it cuts. So it'll cut. The aspect ratio is higher. Then it'll cut again, and it's fully opened. Mm-hmm. And I was looking for that, and I never saw it. And I was like, okay, I guess I don't know what happened there. So maybe that's only visible in a 143 theater. And Warner Brothers is cheap. They never rent out. Even though a lot of their IMAX movies are in 143, they never rent out a 143 theater. It's always like a little smaller digital IMAX. So I saw this in 190. Jeff, did you see it in IMAX? And were you in a 190 theater or a giant 143?
It was a 190 IMAX. It wasn't a giant one. I didn't notice it at all. I didn't even realize that there was supposed to be a shift like that.
Yeah, it's they're promoting it heavy, like, yo, 72 minutes of this movie's in IMAX. Go see it in IMAX. It's in 143 IMAX, and I'm just like, yeah, this was just a waste of the tech, quite frankly. Like, I don't think this movie needed to be in IMAX either. And this is coming from somebody who greatly loves the format. Like, I saw The Revenant in IMAX. And that was scoped the entire time, but it was worth it just for the picture clarity and the sound. And that was a better IMAX experience than this motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, for this movie, IMAX is just a marketing word, right? Like they just used it they used the IMAX to say that they used IMAX so they could get people to upcharge the tickets. But yeah, like you said, it didn't need it.
Because you know what, man? I prefer whole like, look, Nolan does do that where he'll constantly shift back and forth, but it'll be like shots and sequences. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only time it'll be a random shot is if it's like an aerial shot or an establishing shot, right?
Right.
But otherwise, he uses full sequences. This here, it's not even full sequences. It's just like constant aspect ratio shifting, and I'm just like, I hate that shit. Like, that's that Michael Bay shit. Michael Bay did that shit for every Transformers he shot in IMAX, and it sucks. It fucking sucks. And if that's how you're gonna use the tech, then that's just a waste of money, quite frankly. Because even Zack Snyder did a oneer in IMAX, and I'll give him that. Like, that's hard to do.
Right.
On an IMAX film, at least. He did it with an IMAX film camera, and I'll give it that. Like, he had whole ass sequences in IMAX for Batman versus Superman. So, again, I'll give him that.
Right.
I'll give you that. This shit here, I'm just like, you could tell this was somebody's first time using the tech. She even admits, I had no clue what IMAX was. And Ryan was like, you made The Dark Knight. What are you talking about? Like, you were in The Dark Knight. Did you not fucking notice the cameras when you were shooting? Because those cameras are loud. And she's just like, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't remember. The only IMAX, and she even said the only movie she's ever seen in IMAX was The Dark Knight at the premiere, the world premiere.
Yeah. So like I said, the use of IMAX here, literally a marketing tool.
Yeah, because they apparently that was Warner Brothers' idea. They said to her, like, hey, can you shoot in IMAX? And she's like, the fuck are you talking about?
Right.
And she had to sit down and talk to the IMAX people, talk with her DP, and get a quick education on IMAX.
Right. So.
And now she says, she's like, I want to shoot all my movies in IMAX. And then, like, after watching this, I'm like, nah, you're good. You're good with just. Some people are good with just scope. You don't have a regular widescreen picture is fine for most people. You don't need to be shooting in IMAX, lady.
I couldn't tell.
I could tell.
Right.
But I could tell because it just kept shifting back and forth to the point where I'm just like, even the stuff that was in IMAX, I'm like, why is this in IMAX? Like, the only thing in IMAX where I was like, oh, that's cool, was when they get to New York and it's the establishing shot of the whole city, 1930s New York. I'm like, that's really cool. Otherwise, like, we could have saw this in a normal ass theater in scope, dog.
Right. Yeah, I really got nothing else to say about it, right? Like, I enjoyed it. I don't think I'd go see it again.
I do, just because I want to give it another chance. But I know once I see this again, it'll probably be my last time ever watching this.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I loved. Let's talk about Jessie Buckley's performance.
Her and Christian Bale carry this fucking movie. Both of them.
They fucking kill together. Like, there's chemistry, right?
Even in their separate scenes, they're killing it.
Right. And let's be honest. Come October, you were going to see a billion bride costumes.
Right. What a waste of Annette Bening, man. Why is she even in this? Like, that's a waste.
I mean, didn't she come out of retirement for this?
I don't know. Apparently, Christian Bale recently came out and said he thought this was an indie film, and he was surprised to learn that this was a big-budget studio film. I was just like, Jesus Christ. I was like, God damn.
See, this is what, like I said, like, it felt like it's someone's student film got a whole bunch of money.
Well, somebody messaged me on a social media platform. I'm not going to say which one. They messaged me and said they worked on it. And while they were part of the crew, and they said the entire crew felt like they were making a bad movie while this was in production. They're like, we have, like, everybody, every day they went home, they're like, this is probably going to be bad, isn't it? And I'm like, damn, if that's how the crew felt, man.
Well, sometimes you don't know. Right? And like that.
And I don't think it's bad. I don't think
it's bad. It's not a bad
I don't
movie.
think it's bad, but I would hesitate to say it's good just because it's just so messy. You know what I'm saying? And that's just me personally. Like, Jeff, the fact that you're more positive on it, I'm not surprised, because this movie's going to have a whole range of opinions, and I don't think any single opinion is going to be fucking wrong, quite frankly.
Yeah, it's enjoyable. I'm not, like, mad that I saw it.
Yeah, right.
Right? And there's talent on display, right? Like I said, Jessie Buckley and Christian Bale, acting is fantastic. Some of the cinematography is fantastic. The set design, fantastic. The elements are there, right? And this is, like I said before, this may not have been made for me, right? This may have been made to connect with a 24-year-old woman who is navigating,
or a 38-year-old woman, or a 38. Because I know two women who are 38 and love this movie, and I'm like, look, I from them two, I totally understand.
Right.
Totally understand.
So let me put an age on it. It feels like it's made for women who are navigating the world of men. Right.
That makes sense why those two women would love it too, because we interact with both of these ladies, and I completely it aligns with their taste, and I'm not trying to shit on their taste.
Right.
Maybe one of them, I'm just like, but I get why they like it. Like I'm not like there's a lot of dudes who I talk to after this, and they're like, yeah, I liked it a lot, and I'm like, yeah, look, I get it, even though they were just as confused as me on some aspects of this movie. Like I said, I would rather we get more messes like this than some fucking slop that we normally get, dog.
And honestly, like, I can understand someone not liking this movie, but I can't abide by anybody hating this film, right?
I can't why some people would hate it, but I'll say this. I would take this any day of the week over fucking Mercy.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Argyle, or any of that other bullshit. Even Scream 7. I would take this any day of the week over fucking Scream 7.
I would watch this every day for a week to avoid having to watch Scream 7 again.
Yeah, I'm going to give it another chance. Like, normally, everybody knows me. Like, I love giant IMAX. But even I'm just like, you know what? I'll go to Neshammies to check it out again. Yeah. Like, I don't... Listen, please don't go out of your way to a giant IMAX theater to see this. Save that money and the trip for Project Hail Mary, for the Odyssey, and for Dune Part 3. Because I know a lot of y'all drop a lot of money to get that true IMAX experience. Save your money. Go see this at... Honestly, even if you have no IMAX near you,
just
and
go
you
see
only
a
got
theater.
Yeah, you're perfectly fine in a normal theater. Otherwise, like if you live near an IMAX, then sure, go see it in IMAX. Otherwise, you'll be perfectly fine in a normal theater. Like you don't need to see it in IMAX. I don't even think you need to see it in Dolby. Like the sound mix is fine. Like you're better off.
There's nothing extraordinary about it. Like the sound mix, right? It's competent.
Like, I'm trying to tell y'all, like, save your travel money for Project Hail Mary in a few weeks. Like, because that's getting a gaggle of formats like IMAX 70, IMAX 70 millimeter, Dolby. Like
this is
that.
Project Hail Mary is Project Hail Mary is the one project that I'm going to be willing to spend money to see in every aspect, every format that I can. That's how much I love that fucking movie.
I'm gonna have to edit that out though. I'm just saying, because we can't give any official sentiments outside of social.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, save your money for better movies this year that are in 143, because there hasn't been. I think this might be the year where there's been so many movies shot in that giant aspect ratio. I have never thought of another time where we've gotten this many movies.
Yeah, because now like IMAX is ubiquitous. Like it's, and Warner's now it's known for IMAX, right? It's known for like their projects are better on an IMAX screen, right?
Yeah, I mean, Sinners was shot in IMAX last year. That was hard to see. One Battle was shot in VistaVision, but was in full 143 if you got to see it on a giant IMAX theater.
Yes. So like it's part like IMAX now is part of Warner's marketing language, right?
Yeah,
that's why they forced it on.
Oh, Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
I'm trying to think of other movies they put out. Final Destination was, even though that was strictly 190, it wasn't 143. That was still a much better IMAX experience than this. Like, I look, me and a few other people told Jeff, like, yo, Final Destination in IMAX was incredible, and it was a shame that it only played a week in IMAX because of fucking Mission Impossible.
A lot of things were a shame because of Mission Impossible. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm not trying to take away from 190 because 190 is a good experience. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But me personally, I like 143. And as somebody who goes out their way to see movies, I even saw fucking Joker 2 in 143. And that was just because I was bored. Okay? Don't go out your way for this shit.
Yeah.
I would even say Joker had better use of IMAX than this shit did. Even though it was
deliberate. It was deliberate use.
This was a much better movie than Joker, but Joker also had better use of IMAX.
Yeah. I don't really have anything else to say about The Bride. I enjoyed it. I think people are going to enjoy it. It's weird. It's messy.
I think it's going to have a very, very mixed reception.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's going to be, like you said, it's right down the middle.
I thought this was going to compete. I don't think it is because now we're in the second weekend of Scream 7 and Hoppers also drops this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like we're in March. Like for some reason, studios like dropping all their shit in March now too. So like, and again, like Project Hail Mary is like completely sold out for 2 weeks on end. So like, that's going to be playing till Super Mario drops in April, and then Super Mario is going to clean up.
It was. We'll see.
Yo, I'm going to get roasted for this, but I don't give a fuck. I'm actually looking forward to Super Mario. Because the more I see, because every trailer they put out, I'm like, bro, this looks fun as fuck, though.
I'm not going to pin my hopes on Mario because the first one.
Oh yeah, it was terrible, but also like, oh, listen.
But like,
I
shouldn't have expected
Super Mario.
More.
Yeah, because it's Super Mario. It's not like Super Mario had a fucking deep story anyway. It's literally him going down a pipe to save a princess.
Right. So like I shouldn't have expected as much as I did for Mario. And so the second one is like, look, it can't get worse.
Yeah, you can only go up. If they somehow go down, that I'm going to say congratulations Illumination. That's an achievement. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, yo, listen, Illumination, they ain't going nowhere between this and then the Minions movie dropping July 4th.
I mean, like, don't they have another, was Sing It? What's the one with the singing animals?
Oh, yeah, that's dead.
That's dead? They're done with that?
Yeah. Yeah, Sing 2 came out and everybody's like, we liked it the first time, not the second time. It's like The Secret Life of Pets. The first one was not that good, and then somehow the second one was even worse. Well, like Illumination. They make some dog shit movies. You know what their very first movie is?
What was the first movie?
Hop. The Easter Bunny movie with James Marsden and Kaylee Cuoco.
I forgot that existed.
That movie, that was on Peacock, and I watched that on Peacock last year because I was like, yo, I'm in an Easter mood. I watched that and immediately regretted it. That movie's a piece of shit. You know where the Easter Bunny lives? You're going to laugh when I tell you this.
I don't know, a tree?
No. On Easter Island.
Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here, Easter Island. Get the Oh.
So when the movie's opening up and it has this aerial shot to the Maury heads on Easter Island, It's sitting there drumming on the heads.
So they weren't even trying, huh? They weren't even like
Illuminations to me has only put out one good movie. That's the very first Despicable Me. Otherwise, every movie they've touched has been pretty bad.
Yeah, but they make money. So they're going to keep on doing it.
And I know, look, I watched the trailer for the new Minions movie, and I'm like, fuck, man, I guess I'll go to the press screening for this one. Like, I couldn't even be bothered for Despicable Me 4, but for this one, I watched it, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, I'll fucking go to the press screening for this shit.
Yeah.
So, anyways, you got anything else on The Bride?
Yeah, no. I just go out and see movies. That's what I'm going to say. Go out. You don't have to see this in IMAX, but you should go and see it in the theater. I think it plays well in the theater, especially with fans, right? Like you're gonna get a whole bunch of Hot Topic girls. You know,
look, you could do. I'll say this: you could do much worse because there's much worse out right now. Like you could do much worse.
This is
much worse.
This is not the best thing I've seen all year. Certainly not the worst thing I've seen all year.
Damn, man! Like, yo, fucking, I would have never thought fucking Send Help would be better than The Bride. And I love Sam Raimi, but also Sam Raimi's last movie was fucking Multiverse of Madness. And somehow that is better than this. That is a better theatrical experience, even than 3D. Like Send Help in 3D is much better than The Bride in IMAX as a cinematic experience.
Well,
how
fair.
The fuck does that happen?
I don't know, man. Because like being deliberate. That's why, right? Maggie Gyllenhaal got a lot of money to make her senior thesis. I'm telling you.
You know how? So, it's allegedly this is 150, and I'm like, oh, y'all motherfuckers ain't making that back.
This was 150.
So, and there's now rumors saying that it might be even higher than that. I'm gonna stick with 150 because I refuse to believe the new rumors because the new rumors are saying anywhere from 2 to 220, and I'm like, there's no way they spent that much because 150 is already too much. 150 on this shit.
I thought at most 80
or 90.
Yeah,
because Sinners cost 90, and they were shitting on how expensive that was.
Right.
And I'm like, nah, this shit is more expensive than Sinners, yo.
Sure. Sure.
Yo, a big budget movie, and Christian Bale was like, oh, I thought I was making an indie movie until I showed up. I was like, wait, what? This is a studio film?
Yeah.
Like that nigga got hoodwinked.
Like I gave this some grace because I thought it was a plucky little mid-budget $80 million film. Seeing that this may be south or it's like north of 150, I might have to reevaluate.
That's the figure I'm going to stick to, 150, because I like, but even 150, I understand why Netflix is just like, no. I understand, like, watching the movie, I'm like, I get why most studios said no to this. Because even if I was a studio head, I would not greenlight this for 150.
Not the most for 150?
Yeah, the most I would greenlight this for is probably 80. And even then, that's too much. Like, I'd be like, yo, can we do this in like 70, 60 million? And especially being R-rated.
Right? Like, this
ain't The Matrix, yo.
I might have to reevaluate on a second watch. Now I'm going to have to see this again.
Yeah, see, so that's why I'm like, I'm taking some time out this weekend. I'm gonna see both Hoppers again because I really liked Hoppers. I want to see it in 3D.
Right.
And then I want to give this movie another chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't hate this, and that's why I want to give it another chance. And I'm just gonna go to the Neshaminy IMAX because maybe it was just me and I was expecting too much from the IMAX experience. So I'm going to see it again at Neshaminy in IMAX. And it's not like Neshaminy IMAX is huge. It's a pretty small fucking IMAX.
Right.
So that should tell you how much I care about the IMAX experience for this.
Yeah, and here's my thing. Now that I know what the price point is on this, I'm going to see how much of that got on the screen. Right?
I mean, the costumes, definitely. But, like, most of it looks like it's shot in the volume. You know what I'm saying?
Not $150 million worth of costumes, right?
Yeah, because the costumes were a little more polished in Sinners than they were here.
Yeah, and, like, it's part of the aesthetic. I still enjoyed this movie, but now I'm going to have to see why they spent $150 million on it.
I mean, it should tell you how Warner Brothers feels about this. The fact that they screened it for us so late. The fact that the review embargo's not up by now. Like, by the time obviously you guys are listening to it, so the embargo's up. But, like, bro, we're recording this and the embargo's not up yet. And look what day it is, what time it is. And it's crazy that it's not up yet.
Right. I mean, usually
this is the last time a studio pulled this was last week with Scream 7, and I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, maybe they're just saving it for spoilers and shit like that. But then to find out that Scream 7 was only screened in New York and LA, no press screenings across the nation for any other press, and even our Scream 7 screening was about half full. Usually that motherfucker is packed.
Look, I mean, people can smell in the wind.
Yo, cause I don't know, man. Y'all, when y'all hold on to review embargoes, it doesn't put faith. I'm just saying that. Like, people are savvy now. Like, they know what the jig is.
Like, what was the one movie that we had last year where the review embargo was literally the day that it was released?
I can't remember, but they done that a few times where they're like, yeah, it was like 2 hours before release.
Right, but it was like it was something really obvious. I can't think. I gotta go back. Yeah,
they did that for the first Super Mario, where they screened it like 4 hours before it opened.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, nigga. So that is episode 197.
We're the Film Blurs. I'm Brandon Norwood, and I'm the motherfucking protagonist.
I'm the protagonist.
I'm Jeff Stewart, a.k.a. He Who Remains.
Don't come at us. It's just fucking movies.
You've been listening to the Film Blurs podcast.
Man, I just love what you guys do, man.
I never miss an episode. It's the best. It's my favorite podcast.
Follow Jeff on IG on MindFireXL and Brandon on Twitter at BJN Tweets.